Mike's taken the car in. We're going to do a wheel balance and a wheel alignment. Something interesting he mentioned to me, he said the wheel weights they have in the Porsche garage only come in 5 and 10 gram increments. That is why when they had to put 45 grams on the outside of my wheel, I got stripped this long. I thought wheel weights can come in 20 grams as well. I could be mistaken. Let me know if you have a 20 gram wheel weight on any of your wheels, because that would indicate you've got access to a wheel weight that the Porsche garage to here doesn't have. They've only got 5 and 10 gram increments because that's what they deal with. It's all about like rotational forces, but if the machine says you need 45 grams of weight here, all that weight in a single point. Now if you start spreading that 45 grams over an area that big, it's all about like the rotational maths, and I don't get the physics, but the machine says I want 45 grams at a single point. Well, you actually put them down over a wider area. Too much detail, sorry if we're going off on one. I hope the car gets sorted out today. That's all I care about. Enjoying life and cars to the max. See ya. Here you go, the world famous mechanic. I better get out of the way, he wants to probably park here. Right. Oh, he's just come out of there. The car is over there. Where's he going? Mike, come back. Where are you going? Mike, where are you? Bring my car back. It's 11 o'clock, so if I get any speeding tickets between 11 o'clock and 11:15, I was here. This is the documentary evidence. Any speeding tickets are because of Mike. It'll be fine, I'm sure. I'm just kidding. Right, I'm in a Boxster GTS. This is an awesome cockpit. I do love the GTS cars. Something tells me I'm not going to be keeping my Cayman forever, or one day I'm going to get a GTS Cayman. What I wanted to do was just check the steering wheel. Now, I'm giving the same amount of movement as I gave in my car, and I've definitely got less play here. So the play, and bearing in mind my car is actually on concrete, these cars are actually on a tiled surface, so if anything it's going to be less friction between the tyres and the floor, and the play here is minimal, and I'm actually having to give it a bit more force than I did in my car. So I'm not sure what the play issue is. I'm going to leave that as a completely separate issue to the issue that I have at the moment, which is how my car rides under speed. But yeah, this is a great cabin. I'll bring you some shots of this in a minute. Right, I'm in a Cayman S this time, the 981. Fantastic interior. Once again, steering wheel play is a little bit more than in the GTS that I was just in right now, but still less than the amount of play in my car. So all those people that commented on my video saying that my play was not normal, you're right, my play is not normal. It's probably just the age of my car. This is how it should be. This is exactly how it should be. I've got my mate Paul, who's behind the camera. Thank you, Paul. We're going to check his steering wheel play out. Now, the cars that I saw inside, they were on the showroom tiled floor. This is very similar to how my car was, and let's give it a go. Look at that. This is normal. I mean, I have definitely got play in my steering wheel. So we've had two Boxsters. This is a 718. We've done the two 981s, the Cayman and the Boxster. I've definitely got an issue with the steering wheel play that I'm not happy about. I need to get that sort of looked into. Maybe the car's really old, it's worn, but I'm going to treat that as a separate issue. So here we go. Here's my Cayman. It's having a full wheel alignment done over here. And it's using the same equipment that they use down at Wheels in Motion. That's a Hunter Hawkeye over there. Best equipment you can get. And you know what, it's good stuff. They've got the same way. These wheel clamps go on by touching the tyres. There's no real metal on metal contact. These probably even look a bit more up to date than the ones that I saw at Wheels in Motion. This is the video you all wanted to see, the Porsche mechanic expert Mike doing my wheel alignment.
Okay, so that's our first measurement.
Oh, you've done it already, haven't you?
So that's the pre-measurement. As you can see, everything's in green. As you will know from the videos before, that necessarily, because it's green doesn't necessarily mean it's right. We can see we've got one slight anomaly here on the rear right, on the toe. So we might have a re-look at that, and then we're going to have a re-look at the front, see if we think it's even and where we want it to be to get the best handling characteristics out of this car. So this is the rear axle.
Okay.
So overall the rear axle is looking pretty well, pretty even. Your thrust angle slightly out, but that will be due to this measurement here, and that's why. So we'll bring this toe measurement back in, bring our thrust angle back to the centre here where we want it. Rear axle tracking can affect the handling in more ways than you realise. Okay. But for the characteristics we felt when we drove the car the other weekend, I would say that it's going to be more related to the front axle. So we'll adjust this up first, and then we'll move to the front and see where we end up.
So obviously you turn them and set them a certain way, but what's to stop them just from moving apart again when
Because you clamp the two together.
After you're finished? Oh, okay.
The nut and the bolt. So at the moment I've got it where I want it. I'm literally just tightening it up, just to nip it up and hold it in that position where I've put it. Okay. So I've got this one on this side, so keeping it in the same spot where I want it. I was doing the nut up on the other side, and by the time I squashed the two together, it never comes.
Gotcha. I've always wondered that. Okay. They can get right under the car on this ramp and see that screen, so they can basically make real-time adjustments and see what's happening on that screen right down there.
It's probably to do with me setting up the steering in the centre of the rack. So at the moment it's saying both wheels are only very slightly to your left, as you can see here. Only very slightly, but yeah. So we're going to bring that back round now, and then we'll go from there.
Must be hard to see what the hell's going on up there.
I can't even see, I just do it by feel.
Okay, let me get out of your way. There we go.
Because you can't, because of the trays and you've got the guides and brakes, you can't get up there and see. You just have to guess.
Once you've set the car up on the Hunter Hawkeye, you then adjust as necessary on the various kind of controls on the car. Mike knows exactly where they are. He's doing it by feel because you can't actually see the areas that he's adjusting. He just knows where they are. So you saw him, he's just putting the spanners up with his hands. He knows exactly what he should be doing. And we're getting all these things into the green. And then once you're finished, Mike, you just tighten it up so it doesn't move anymore then, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And then for my own peace of mind, once it's at full height, because it's quite difficult, I just go around and double check everything's tight. Otherwise I won't go to sleep at night.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So I didn't go down the A3.
Oh, right.
But I took it down another road that I know that's nearby. It's almost perfectly flat. So on the perfect flat, handles really well. So the steering wheel is lovely and straight. So now it's just up to you to try it on the A3 and see what you think.
Hey, brilliant. Oh, thank you very much, Mike.
All right, no worries.
So I'm just leaving Porsche Brooklands. Been here just over 2 hours. The wheel alignment should be spot on. We believe it was entirely a wheel alignment issue. Something Mike mentioned off camera, which is very interesting. He lined up the steering wheel straight, and then he did some adjustments underneath, lining up the centre direction. So I'm not sure on the details, but he's done his business. Going to take the car home, and let's see if it rides any better.